Hello and welcome to the Wrestlemania edition of Cruiserweight Conversation. I'm Alex Phoenix. WrestleMania just finished up and it's been a very emotional evening. It feels a little weird to talk about this stuff considering what just happened at the end of the show. But anyways, we're going to get into it. The Cruiserweight division had its WrestleMania debut tonight, and let's talk about how it went. As you all know, the match was Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship, and it was the first match of the kickoff show. Overall, this was a very good match. It was a great match to get the crowd fired up for the show, and it had a lot of great spots, but it wasn't just a crazy spot fest. A couple notable spots to mention. We had Neville taking a back body drop to the outside, which saw him land on his tailbone. Looked very painful. Austin Aries had one of the best missile drop kicks I've ever seen, and Neville dropped Aries right on his head with a very nasty German suplex. It looked brutal, especially in slow motion. And we got to see Austin Aries use a top rope Frankensteiner, something I have not seen in some time. The match finally ended when, after hitting Neville with a 450 splash, Aries got him into the last chancery. After a few seconds, it looked like Neville was going to tap. Then, right there, he attacks Austin Aries right in the injured orbital bone that, of course, he had just recovered from. The attack left Aries vulnerable enough for Neville to get to the top rope and hit the red arrow for the 1, 2, 3. As I said, this was a very good match. They were given plenty of time to put on a good show, and that's exactly what they did. It certainly wasn't the best match of the night, but it was certainly better than its fellow pre-show matches, and it would have held its own on the main card had it been there. And finally, I'd like to applaud WWE for not just thinking short term and keeping the title on Neville. I've said for a while that Neville needs to hold the title till at least SummerSlam, and I still believe that. There's so much that can be done between Neville and Austin Aries, and they can easily stretch this feud out until SummerSlam, as well as they can get in some other guys, get them involved. Maybe have the next title match be a triple threat and throw Jack Gallagher in there, or have Aries take maybe a month off selling the eye injury and have Neville face someone else at Payback. I'm just spitballing here, but the point is WWE can easily keep this feud going until SummerSlam, and they can do a lot of great things with the division in that time. I also do want to make a quick mention at this part about what happened at the end of the show. I didn't have it written out, so this is just going to be off the top of my head. If you didn't get to watch Mania and you have a way of watching it later or something, this is a very big spoiler. So if you haven't watched it and you want to wait, do not listen to this next part. Yeah, looks like we just witnessed the last match for The Undertaker. Of course, Undertaker is not a cruiserweight, but this is The Undertaker. There's no limits. Undertaker can be talked about anywhere. He affects all of the business. So, yeah, I mean, his match with Roman Reigns, seeing him lose to Reigns was awful. Seeing him leave everything in the ring, yeah, I mean, The Undertaker is gone. I mean, of course, it's never say never, but at least for the foreseeable future, we aren't going to get The Undertaker again, at least not in the ring. I don't know if maybe he'll show up, for just to make a non-wrestling appearance. I'm not sure. I'm sure there'll be plenty of debate as to whether or not he's really retired. But to see him kiss Michelle McCool right there, you know, that's completely out of character, and Undertaker doesn't break character. WWE doesn't allow him to break character. They didn't even show him, send Ric Flair off when he retired. So the fact that he kissed his wife right there, that pretty much sealed for me that this is the real deal. So Undertaker, thank you so much for all the memories. I hope we get to see you again in some way. WWE just wouldn't be the same place if we didn't think we could hear that gong go off at least once a year. For some reason, whether it's at Mania, on Raw, or at SummerSlam, I think I speak for everyone when I say no matter what the reason, I really hope we get to see you again. So, after a very good WrestleMania debut for the Cruiserweights, now all we can do is wait and see if they can capitalize on this momentum heading forward. There's a lot of promise for the division, so I have a good feeling about what we're going to see in the future. This is Alex Phoenix. I'd like to thank you for listening to the post WrestleMania 33 episode of Cruiserweight Conversation. You should absolutely like, share, subscribe, and comment, as well as you should follow me on Twitter at Alex_Phoenix. This has been Cruiserweight Conversation. Until next time.